I'm Rob Skinner, and this is the Rob Skinner Podcast. What drives you more, God's approval or people's applause? In this episode, we're going to dive into one of the most searching statements Jesus ever made in the Gospel of John 8:50. I am not seeking glory for myself. That is completely countercultural because if we're honest, most of us like, if not love, recognition. We like being noticed, we like being affirmed, and even when we serve God, there's often a quiet craving underneath, a wish to be seen. Today, we're going to talk about the subtle trap of self glory, the freedom that comes from seeking God's approval alone, and what true humility actually looks like. Not self hatred, not insecurity, but self forgetfulness. If you've ever struggled with wanting credit, validation, or applause, this one's for you. All this and more on the Rob Skinner Podcast. I'm talking today about the dangerous desire for applause. In John 8:50, Jesus said this, I am not seeking glory for myself, but there is one who seeks it, and he is the judge. Most of us love recognition. We love the feeling of being noticed, appreciated, and applauded. After all, who doesn't like a good compliment? I certainly do. But then Jesus says something completely countercultural in John 8:50. He says, I'm not seeking glory for myself. Another translation says, I have no wish to glorify myself. Those words just stop me in my tracks. How different that is from the way most of us think. I'll be honest, I love the spotlight. After preaching a sermon, I find myself fishing for feedback. I've got to hold back. I'm just hoping someone will say, hey, that was really good. That was powerful. That really impacted me. It just lights me up. And even when I don't ask, I love hearing unsolicited praise. But Jesus wasn't like that. He wasn't looking for approval or validation. He didn't crave attention, and he wasn't looking for applause. Every miracle, every message, every act of mercy that he did it all for his Father's glory. Now, that seems really foreign to me, and it is. It's such a high calling, but that's what made him the greatest man who's ever walked the planet. He was perfectly free from the addiction to human praise. There's a reason pride is so destructive. It keeps us at the center of the story. It's subtle, though. Pride can wear a religious mask. We can serve God, preach sermons, help other people, and still crave the credit. But the moment we start needing people's approval more than God's, we lose the purity of our motivation. And Jesus warned about this in Matthew chapter 6. He said, when you give or pray or fast to be seen by others, you've already received your reward. The danger isn't just public recognition, it's the internal craving. The wish for glory is what Jesus never had and what we have to crucify daily. I've realized I can discipline myself to stay quiet after doing something good. If I try really hard and just tell myself, don't say anything, don't fish for that compliment, but deep down, I still want to be noticed. That's when I know that the root of pride is still alive. And it's not enough to just silence my mouth. I need God to purify my heart. So I've got to pray. I've just got to pray, Lord, help me to want what you want, to seek your glory, not mine. Please remove the craving for human praise and replace it with the desire to please you. And I've noticed something. The more I focus on God's approval, the freer that I feel. And I feel like as I get older, that desire is increasing because I know every day is one step closer to God. And there is peace in doing good quality or doing good quietly and in serving without applause and without needing applause. If you struggle with this too, like I do, and I think we all do, start by asking yourself the question, who am I doing this for? What's going on here? Would I still do this if no one noticed? And let me be honest, there's a lot of people that they really are silent servants. They serve, they give, they don't ask for applause. They don't even want applause. And to me, I'm like, wow, that's not me. That's definitely not me. But when you catch yourself fishing for praise, pause and just redirect that energy toward gratitude. Say, God, thank you for using me. That small shift turns self-glory into God glory. Because ultimately, God sees every act done for his sake, even the ones that nobody else notices. I got to be honest, this podcast episode, it's really, it hits close to home because like I shared, these scriptures are coming from my favorite scriptures. And oftentimes what I'm doing is I'll have a quiet time and a scripture that particularly convicts me or exposes my own sin and weakness. I'll write that down to inspire me. And guess what? This is one of those where I go, I crave attention. And Jesus didn't. That's like totally opposite of my mindset. And so guess what? It ended up in my stack. And so just a little disclosure notice right there. This is not an area where I go, oh yeah, let me tell you how amazing I am in this area. Jesus said, I have no wish to glorify myself. That's what true humility looks like, not self-hatred, but self-forgetfulness. It's living in such deep trust of God's love that you don't need anyone else's approval. So today, pray for that heart. Ask God to free you from the wish for glory and fill you with a desire to please him alone. Then live and serve quietly, confidently, joyfully, knowing that the one who sees in secret will reward you in ways no human praise ever could. That's the power of true humility, and that's the life of the 10X Christian. And that's what genuinely I really do long for. I want Jesus to say, hey, Rob, well done, good and faithful servant. Here, you've been faithful in a few things, take charge of many things. And I want that reward. I want that praise from him. That's what I'm striving at, and I hope you do too. Thanks for listening. Here's how you can help support the program. First of all, sign up for my weekly newsletter. Go to my website, sign up for it. I offer a free chapter of my new book, The 10X Christian. Just go to robskinner.com. I want to keep in touch with you. I send out a helpful email to help you to grow and encourage you weekly. Secondly, read and review one of my books. Particularly read my latest, The 10X Christian. You can find that on my website, or else you can go directly to Amazon.com. Just type in 10X Christian, Rob Skinner books. And it's not super expensive, not super long, because my goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life. Make this life count and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Have a great day and make this life count.